Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariesa. For those who are new, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today as we make my mother's famous tuna salad. Before we get started, you guys already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button below for more videos on how you can stay encouraged, motivated, and inspired to live your best dash. So let's get started. Did you hit that subscribe button? It's not too late. Go ahead and do it now. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is not gonna take long. So this is a recipe that my great-grandmother passed down to my mother, and seems like everyone who came across it and tasted it loved it. And so she passed it down to myself and my older sister. So really, she wasn't big on measuring. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say a lot of abouts so you can kind of get it how you want it, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. So I don't always use 6 eggs, but I have already pre-boiled my eggs and I've already pre-peeled my eggs. And I have 6 that I'm gonna use today. So my children are asking me, can they have some of the eggs? So I'm gonna probably use 5.5. So I had 6 eggs, but now I have 5 because 2 of my children wanted some, so I shared. It doesn't matter. You can put as many eggs as you want. 5 or 6 is totally up to you. So what I'm getting ready to do is I'm just gonna take my eggs and I'm gonna chop them. I'm actually gonna have my tuna salad. It's gonna be in this bowl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up my eggs. And I just cut them. I don't know if you can see this. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them all across. Just chop, 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 and then I turn and switch the direction so that they're like kind of diced. So like I was saying in the intro, or just a minute ago, my great-grandmother used to make this, tuna salad, and she passed the recipe down to my mother. And many times my mother made it as we were growing up. And I can't say that I really appreciated it as a child because sometimes she would pack it in my lunch. Well, if you know anything about boiled eggs, they're not real fresh. So I would have tuna salad and a tuna salad sandwich in my lunch for school sometimes. And it wouldn't smell so good, and kids around me sometimes made fun because my lunch smelled. So anyway, I mean, it tastes good. It had an odor. But tuna salad, drop some on the counter, it's okay. Tuna salad has always been, well, this kind, I like this tuna salad, has always been good to me. It got better as I grew up. And I guess my taste buds expanded or something, I don't know. But anyway, my kids, I don't know if they're real big on, do y'all like the tuna salad like that? Not really? One of them said, do y'all like the tuna salad? Yes, I knew he did. Do you like the tuna salad? Tuna salad? Yes, tuna salad. Yeah, I don't know. But one of my children, they do like it. He likes tuna, and if I eat like one of the tuna packets, he will want some of my tuna, so he likes the tuna salad. But anyway, yeah, growing up it was famous tuna salad. You can have it on crackers. You can do it with, make a tuna salad sandwich or something like that. But I know that, we would have church functions, and my father was a bishop and a pastor for 16 years before he passed away. So from the time I was like 4 to 20, my father was a pastor, and so we would have like a lot of church functions and things like that, in which my mother brought this tuna salad, family gatherings, all kinds of stuff. And there would be, different people at the church and at these functions that was like, did you make your tuna? Did you make your tuna? And she would make it, and it would get gone so quickly. So I'm very glad that my sister and I are able to make this. And people would ask, you know, what do you put in it that's so good? You know, stuff like that. I'm gonna rinse my hands off real quick. Okay, so I have kind of chopped up my eggs. I'm gonna take my knife and get them a little bit more fine. I just go through and just do something like that. But yeah, I'm very glad that we have this, that she shared, you know, what she put in it with this. And of course we saw her make it and growing up and things like that. So depending on how big of a batch you want, you can make as many eggs as you want. I've seen her make way bigger batches than this. This is kind of a small batch. She would also use the canned tuna. But for today, and this is what I did not show you, that should be good. For today, I'm gonna use, and I have been using the tuna in the packets. We usually use the Starkist brand and the Albacore white tuna. I have used the chunk tuna in water, light tuna in water. I've done that, but I'm gonna use this today. Be careful. My husband was telling me earlier today when I bought this at the grocery store, he was telling me, be careful because I don't know why these have bones in them. You know, he didn't get several bones in the can, but the pouches have bones. So I'm gonna look through and make sure that there aren't any bones in these packets. But anyway, just to tell you what all you will need some tuna. My sister, I think she does a can of tuna per 2 eggs. That's what she does. Don't know really what my mother did, because like I said, she wasn't big on like measuring some things. It was just like put some in it. If it needs more, taste it. Put a little bit more if you need, you know, you think it needs more. So anyway, I'm gonna use 2 of these. These are the bigger pouches. They're 6.4 ounces. I'm gonna put both of these with my, should have been 6 eggs, but my 5 eggs. But you can use as much as you want. If you want a lot of tuna in it, you can put a lot in there. It's up to you. One thing that was a key ingredient is Miracle Whip. We don't use like the different mayo in here. We use the Miracle Whip. And this is the ingredient that everyone was like, oh, you know, can you tell us what's the secret? She was like, it's no secret. It is Hartville Kitchen sweet and sour dressing, okay? You cannot get this everywhere. Where I live, you can't get this in the store. So sometimes in this jar and another jar, I have my sister, she'll send me in the mail from Ohio, where I used to live. So this is a great addition to this. And this is what my great grandmother used to use. So now that I have gone ahead and chopped up my eggs and they are the size I need, please excuse the noise, we're at home. Now that I've chopped up all my eggs, I'm gonna take my Miracle Whip and I'm gonna squeeze some in there. So as I do, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my spoon and I'm going to just stir in. It's not enough, I know, but I'm gonna go ahead and stir it in. You can make it as loose or as stiff as you would like it. Stir some more in. Keep in mind that you're gonna add the sweet and sour sauce, so you don't wanna overdo it on the Miracle Whip. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir that in, and I'm sorry that you can't really. I'll get it closer so you can see it. So it's kind of, you know, it's still a little stiff, but it is covering and coating all the eggs. You can hear it's nice and creamy. I may add a little bit more because I still gotta, I don't know why I do that. I always forget to add my tuna until the end. Kind of weird because that's tuna salad. Duh. But I'm gonna go ahead and stir that in. And before I add the special sweet and sour dressing, I'm gonna go ahead and add my packets of tuna. And I'm going to try my best to be careful and look through here and make sure we don't have any bones. I think what I'm gonna do is take a bowl and go through it real quick. Yep, nothing like opening your lunch bag in middle school or elementary and the whiff of tuna salad comes out and everybody looks. Everybody else had like a PB&J, a turkey sandwich. And I mean, I had that too. But on those days when she made, and I already knew like she was making tuna, I'm gonna have tuna salad on my sandwich tomorrow. So I'm just gonna look through here to make sure I don't see any bones or anything. So the tuna looks good to me. I didn't see any bones. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump this inside here. Like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and combine my tuna and eggs. I probably could have used a little bit more, maybe 2 more eggs. And now that I've added my tuna, I think I need just a smidge more mayo. Bringing it everywhere. All right, so I'm gonna stir that on in there. It is still a little bit stiff, but we're gonna add the dressing now. You wanna make sure that you shake this. The stuff settles to the bottom. You okay? Need some water? But you wanna shake it and get all the ingredients shaken up in there. You good? Okay. All right, so now, if I can get it open, I'm gonna take a paper towel because this can get a little bit messy. Take it, pour it in there. How much? I don't know. But you saw how much I poured, and I'm gonna start to go ahead and stir it in because I don't really like mine like real loose. It's like a nice texture. And this is how it looks now. I'm gonna put more. I can remember my mother even, okay. I can remember her dicing up apples really, really small and putting it in there. Y'all, it's so easy. I'm almost done. Make sure to stir it up in there. And this is what it's looking like now. I like to smell it and see if I can smell the dressing. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Go ahead and stir it up. All right, so now I think we have a pretty good consistency. You do it how you want to do it. If you want it a little bit more stiff and thick, then you don't put as much mayo and dressing. If you want it looser, add a little bit more. It's totally up to you. So what I'm gonna do now is finish up. I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper. I don't have my grinder today. I just have some pepper that's already ground. And I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit. Not a lot. I don't know if you can see that much. And just stir it up in there. And then usually, I think she put a little bit of Lawry's in there. But today, I am going to use Granny Tuna's all-purpose seasoned salt. And I did open it upside down, but if you can see that, I don't know. So right here, I'm gonna shout out my big sister that's down in Tampa, Florida, Tiffany Gray, and her husband, Steve Gray. They have a food truck called Next Generation. So they make this seasoning. You can go on their website. I will leave their website link in the description so you can go buy some seasoned salt. They also have this Buckeye seasoning. And this is smoky, sweet, dry rub with a little kick. But this seasoned salt, I have not had a chance to use my Buckeye seasoning yet, but I know it's great. But this seasoned salt is really good. So I have been kind of using this instead of Lawry's. So I'm just gonna sprinkle just a little bit in my tuna salad, not much. And I'm gonna go ahead and stir it in. And that's about it. It came out really, really lightly. So we are all done. I am going to taste it a little bit. Get off the sides. And I am going to take a little bit of paprika and sprinkle on top. You know how you make like deviled eggs or something and you put a little paprika on it? And that's it. I don't know if you can see that. But that is how I make my great-grandmother's and my mother's tuna salad. I'm gonna taste a little bit of it to see if I need to add anything else. Nope, I think it's pretty good. So I am now finished with my tuna salad. So thank y'all for joining me today. You can use this and make sandwiches with it. And if you know anything about Havarti cheese, you can take a hamburger bun, put some tuna salad on it, and put a slice of Havarti cheese on top. That is what my mother used to do. She got like all my friends and family hooked on Havarti cheese. So that's one of my favorite cheeses, and it pairs so nicely with this tuna salad. And then if you want some grapes on the side, green grapes, that takes it to a whole different level. So thank y'all so much for watching. I will put what I used in the description box if you want to make my mother's famous tuna salad for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, living your best dash doesn't mean that everything's perfect, but it does mean that you choose to make the best of everything, regardless of circumstance. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.